Well, this Lenten season is very busy, so I'm not sure how often I'll be able to continue through Lent with these homilies on the liturgy, but I'll get as many of them as we can. And I'm going to do today, because today we're going to finally finish up the liturgy of the Word by speaking about the prayers of the faithful. And, the prayers of the faithful have many names. They're also called the general intercessions, the universal prayer, and I noticed that the new Missal has given them yet another name, the bidding prayers. Okay, so the prayers of the faithful, they're optional, but as the general instruction of the Roman Missal says, it is desirable that there usually be such a form of prayer in Masses celebrated with the people. Because after all, when you come to Mass, of course, what you want to do is pray to God and ask His help for all of those things that we need in life. As the Lord says, ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you shall find. Knock and it will be opened to you. So the way these work is the priest introduces the prayers, and then the deacon, or in his absence, one of the faithful, read the petitions. And the reason that the deacon is given this task is, in ancient times, because of his ministry of service, he was always out among the people, and he knew all the needs of the local community. And so it was appropriate that he would be the one to announce the petitions. And you'll notice whenever there's any kind of instruction in the Mass given to the congregation, it's the deacon that does that. And that again comes from the same reason, that he has this deep love for and closeness to the people of God. And then as we conclude the petitions, the priest gathers them all together and offers them to God with a prayer. And so there's a very good interplay here in the prayers of the faithful between the ministerial priesthood of the priest and the baptismal priesthood, the common priesthood of the laity. The general instruction of the Roman Missal says this, and as you hear this, think about everything that has just come before the petitions. It says, in the universal prayer, or prayer of the faithful, the people respond in some sense to the Word of God. Think readings, homily, right? Which they have received in faith. Think creed at a Sunday Mass. And it says, exercising the office of their baptismal priesthood, offer prayers to God for the salvation of all. And then it goes on to say that these prayers should always include at least these four, which are for the needs of the church, for public authorities and the salvation of the world, for those burdened by any kind of difficulty, and then for the local community. And it's, of course, customary to also include in their intentions for the dead, and to give an opportunity maybe for everyone to think about their own personal intentions. But in a real sense, as this prayer goes on, the priest and the deacon are really kind of just assisting you here, aiding your reflection. We'll go into a little bit more depth when we get to the preparation of the gifts, which hopefully will be soon. But as the general instruction of the Roman Missal says, you here in these prayers are exercising your priestly ministry, the baptismal priesthood, to gather all of the prayer, all of the needs, both of yourself and of everyone that you know, the entire world, together, and unite them to the one sacrifice, the one offering of Jesus Christ. And this shows how your offering is a sanctification of the world. This is what you're called to do, uniting all things to the one sacrifice of Christ on the altar. And this is, of course, shown as well by the fact that once these prayers are all brought forward, the priest, acting as Christ the head, acting as a representative of the people, offers them all through a prayer where he uses, as we discussed, the orans posture. And so, really, I encourage you, this is a time, the prayers of the faithful, not simply to pray for what's mentioned in the petitions. Those are, of course, what we are praying for, but they're really also, in a sense, food for thought. At this moment, you should be thinking of all of your needs. So you're really called to be active here, to that active participation, especially at this part of the Mass. And so really strive never to let your mind wander or just drift around reading the prayers of the faithful, but really pray really exercise your baptismal priesthood there. And so with the conclusion of the prayers of the faithful, this concludes the liturgy of the Word. And so we'll be in the further homilies moving into the liturgy of the Eucharist. And so since at daily Mass the prayers of the faithful are the next thing right after the homily, let's prepare ourselves now to exercise your baptismal priesthood, to unite the needs of the world to Christ's sacrifice on the cross through prayer.